Good morning. This is the video for a Module 2 resume, Autonomy, the aim of education. This one is presented by Giovanni Montañez and myself, Julian Gonzalez. Okay, in Module 2, we did three very important things. We talked about resources for the session on February the 80th, some metaphors about autonomy, and we did the connect, extend, and challenge thinking routine. To start talking about this part, I just want to mention the dynamic model with the scriptures. So this dynamic autonomy model consists of several components. All the components are interconnected and are not organized hierarchically. This dynamic autonomy model serves as the basis for the self-assessment of one's own learner autonomy. This is a very interesting activity that was proposed for Module 3, where we had the space and the chance to evaluate ourselves and how autonomous we are. On Module 2, we decided to take into account some metaphors to talk about autonomy. For instance, Leonardo de Waal mentions, autonomy is like taking the bull by its horns. We chose the idiom to take the bull by its horns. Henry Hollick in 1979 learner for learning autonomy, you need to be in charge of learning itself. This, we believe, is where the idiom suits the concept of autonomy, like hand in glove. Being autonomous is not an easy task. It's just like handling a bull by its horns. It requires determination. On the other hand, Jose Alfredo Franco mentions that autonomy is the ability to keep trying is essential in the autonomy process. Who learn from what went wrong and just lose nuts is a person with determination, a person who takes the bull by its horns. Another metaphor we took into account, as well mentioned by Jose Alfredo Franco, was that autonomy was like teaching a man how to fish. And he mentions, when a topic is taught, the students learns it for the moment or for the exam. Then it is forgotten. It would be great to foster the student to discover and learn by his or her own topic so the teacher's labor could be just explaining doubts and offering strategies to go further about the topic. Another pretty interesting metaphor was the one mentioned by Natalia, and she says autonomy is like a garden versus a forest. So plants in a forest grow on their own. Nevertheless, they exist in a relationship. For the forest is a complex system. There are certain ways the plants are organized and occupy their space there. At the same time, they find ways to get sun, nutrients, water, and everything they need on their own. Like an autonomous person who acts on his or her own but takes consideration of circumstances and other people around them. Plants grow in a forest with a certain degree of freedom, but aware of other species around them. To move on and finishing this part of the metaphors, the professor proposed a connect, extend, and challenge thinking routine on self-regulation, self-efficacy, and goal setting, motivation, self-monitoring, and self-reaction. These were some of the opinions of the people in the classroom. So some questions that came up after the discussion. What is the correct way to map or create strategies that lead you to choose the best systematic approach? How can we handle timing in our lessons when implementing concepts such as goal setting, self-efficacy, and regulation? How can I start this process with young primary learners or adults? What should I expect from them and what should I not? What aspects should I be focused in order to promote or develop autonomy in English learning language at virtual schooling? And is it possible to apply the concept of sports self-discipline to ELT? And this was the resume for Module 2. Thank you so much.